Okay, we're live, baby. We're live. All right, guys. So we're gonna be doing this one a little early, and yes, we're doing another live stream because your boy has a busy day today, and yeah, stuff is gonna take some time, and let's free up some time. All right. Plus, we are getting the exact reaction spot that I have been calling for a decent amount of time here. All right. So I told you guys that I was expecting sellers to step back in where they stepped in over here. That is like literally to the T. This is exactly where they stepped in. All right, I know I mentioned this in yesterday's live. I know I mentioned this in the Weeble updates. I've been calling for this exact spot right here. All right, because guess what? You're gonna cross this trend line. That's your first thing is resistance right there. You got the second trend line, second thing of resistance right there. You have the zone. All right, what is the zone? The zone represents where the seller stepped in and hammered you down. Let's just go and look at this right here. Okay. Well, hang on. From all these wicks where they actually where they actually took charge, I guess we could call it right here. Right, you went down 8% there. Okay, Nasdaq I think it was a little further you fell there. All right, but I'm going to point out here that so far you were making a pretty nasty candle on the hourly time frame. You just had a bearish engulfing candlestick, so that's a thing. All right, and it could end up being something like I think I saw an example of it. Yeah, right over here. It could be something like this. Like, hey, they have like that, they bring you down, they carry you on. But hey, guys, remember what I've been saying, all right? It's only a matter of time. Also, yes, there we go. Also, we're going to take a look over here at the Fear and Greed Index. It is at 68. Your boy told you he was looking for 70. Now, I saw somebody posted on Twitter. That's actually why I'm recording this right now, guys. We have the condition, like I'm ready, all right? I'm telling you guys right now, I'm going to completely stop saying the word rug pull. All right. I can actually completely understand why that would make you sound like a perma bear. I want to let you guys know I'm not a perma bear. This was the spot that I was like expecting price to make its way to. All right. It was going to be this, or the dealers are going to pull your tricks over here and bring you likely up there. But either way, I was looking for this 322.08 gap fill. All right. So there was that. And look, you didn't end up hitting that day. Okay. You just didn't end up hitting it today. I don't know if you're going to end up hitting it, but guess what? All right. As long as you don't come back and take out this low, which I understand, that's like a lot. That's a ways away. All right. There's a ways away. But as long as you don't come out and take that low, well, yeah, we'll stick with that. All right. Because you have like this range going on here and you slightly took it out over here. All right. Which was a trick. But you had this bullish structure. All right. And then you also did have this. I think you had bullish divergence on over here on the 4-hour. No, what was I seeing over here on NQ? Yeah, NQ. Okay. And then QQQ. Which I think, guys, I found out these are actually delayed. I don't know how I haven't noticed this yet. All right, I gotta pay for those. I found out this morning. I like have no idea. I really did not know they were delayed. But yeah, my features are delayed. So after this video, I'm gonna be buying that. All right. But yeah, you like picture perfect have this back test going on of the falling wedge here / bull flag. All right. If you like actually want to measure the bull flag, I mean, I'm sure we can pull something out of Bukowski's website. But all in all, this is like how I have gone about doing these things. Like not now, all right. I don't do this now, but this is like in like boom, you're bringing up to over here. So someone in the Discord asked for the where are these demand zones or these supply zones coming in. You got one right here, all right, and then you got one right here, all right, and yeah, that would take you right up to that one right there. I don't think that's gonna. Personally, I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think the dealers are gonna let you happen. But someone mentioned something in the Discord that, you know what, I want to bring up here. All right, liquidity. That's been a liquidity trap. It's just been stuck up there since August. So anybody who just sat through the pain, I think this is what she was getting at. Anybody who sat through this pain, all right, they could literally just be sitting up here. All right, they could just be sitting up here just waiting to dump. All right, so if you get, and that's why I'm saying, like, hey, you get into the zone. First of all, yes, dealer's tricks. That's like, if I was a dealer, that's exactly where I'd be bringing you. All right, but like, if you get back up here, this is where you should by default have sellers because people probably got trapped up there. And that's the same idea I was saying over here with SPY with, and we're going to pull up ES too. It's actually more crystal clear over there on ES. But that's what I was saying over here. Anybody who got trapped up here buying, guys, I told you, I put on like $1,000 call hedge over here and I just lost it. All right. I just like, but the only reason I did that was because there was so much bullish sentiment going on here. I was like, holy crap, Jerome Powell just acknowledged the bull case. What's going on here? And let's actually, let's come back over to QQQ here. I'm going to show you guys what I was telling the Discord not too long ago. All right. So first of all, not good that you were not reclaiming this. All right. So, and I'm just gonna get out. It's not a lesson or anything, but like, hey, here you go. All right, this is what I look for. All right, you got the bullish divergences going on the 3-minute time frame. All right, you had them across here. You actually had them SPX, SPY, and then VIX. I think had a bearish divergence I was seeing. I'm not sure. All right, but over here, all right, I wasn't seeing impulsive buying stepping in. That's what you need to see when you see, guys, when you see bullish divergences. They, like, what do I tell you guys? I know I haven't been mentioning it over the past few weeks, but I'm gonna bring it back up right now. What does the divergence represents on the CCI, or honestly on anything, but for me specifically on the CCI? It means someone's holding down. They have the foot on the tiger's neck or the lion's neck, whatever the heck you want to do. What is your spirit animal? I don't care. All right. But whatever that may be, all right, they got their foot on the neck, and it's only a matter of time till they take that pressure off of the neck, and boom, animal's gonna lunge at them, say like, I'm gonna kill you now. All right, you were just freaking doing that. And that's what I'm getting at with this impulsive buying. All right, so like when you see these things, they need to be matched with impulsive buying, and that's not what I was seeing. So I was telling the Discord that what I want to see is I want to see you reclaim this zone if you're going to come back up and make a new high. All right, if you come back down here and you do end up taking out this low, all right, which, I mean, we're going to see. You're going to have to retest this trend line anyway, and you could be getting a pullback here. Look, you did really just move on up to a moving average here, which is literally just 200 MA. All right. But yeah, you literally can, like, you know, if you don't reclaim this thing, then yeah, I'm going to treat it as like, dude, you're getting rejected from this zone. And let's actually go out to the hourly time frame. I'm sure we get reactions in here. That is obviously why it's on my board. That's the only reason we have zones, guys. We have reactions, and boom. Like, if you're getting rejected, then what do you think it's going to happen? You got rejected here. Boom, you didn't have the, like, you had impulsive buying up until that point, and that's when the sellers started stepping in. It's the same thing over here with SPY. All right, you had impulsive buying up until the sellers stepped in, and that is exactly when you got taken down. All right, guys, so yeah, all right, and guys, I do hope you're enjoying the live stream. All right, I do. I think this is honestly, this is like, it might even be better than videos. I don't know. All right, it might be better than videos just because I could very quickly get info out to you guys. I don't have to sit there sending it through Premiere. All right, I did buy Photoshop, as you see down there. All right, it was time. They wouldn't let me re-download my cracked version, so it was time to freaking buy it. So it's whatever. All right. So yeah, thumbnails will be coming back, guys. All right, they'll be coming back. But yeah, for today, it's a live stream. We're gonna be throwing these in every now and then. I'm just saying. All right, there might be a big mix. So on any given day, and guys, I'm gonna remain consistent. I promise you. How long do you think VIX can stay this low? I'm gonna actually go over that right now. All right. So this is something I told the Discord. All right. Over here, so you see I got these two alerts over here. I'm just going to tell you guys right now, I'm entering VIX calls, all right? I'm going to enter half here, all right? Why is that? Or I might go 1/3 here and 2/3 here just because risk to reward gets a lot better. But I called out in my Weeble update last night, all right? Every time you've been down here this bear market, which has only happened since January, I'm loving the streams, bro. I'm loving you, all right? There we go. Ever since you over here in January, yeah, you've been getting VIX crush, okay? But every time you step under, I think it's 1850 I identified. Yeah, just about 1850. If you have a close under 1850, it goes up. You bottom within 2 trading sessions, okay? And the only time it took 2 trading sessions was this one right here. Was it? Yeah. All right. So that's what I'm saying. You had your close under here. So I think we might have today and then Monday of rally, or like, you know, like maybe this trend's not going to hold. But guys, that's literally all we do here on the channel. We continuously just pattern recognition. That is the purpose of the channel. All right. I fully acknowledge, all right, guys, like we're pretty good chartists here on the channel. I'm just going to say it right now. All right. We pretty much do call the shots here on the channel. All right. Along with Weeble and along with all across my platforms. All right. So guys, if you're enjoying this, please tell your friends. All right. Please just spread the word, because at the end of the day, like, I am trying to provide as much value as possible just so that happens, all right? I want it to spread, like, it's not going to spread like wildfire, but hey, all right, getting value, boom. Share that with your family, with your friends, all right? But let's actually take a gander at these bigger time frames, okay? So I actually, you see these green lines. So I just want to see the last times you formed these bearish engulfing candles. So you didn't end up forming it over here. You do have like a bearish rami going on the hourly with the big fat one right there, all right? The dollar is bouncing too. Yeah, let's actually take a look at that. All right, this is something again. So this was in the morning update over on the Patreon. That is something I do every morning. I pretty much give you the probable scenarios, and typically there are 2 probable scenarios, and then I'll give you my conditions for each one. And then, like, obviously over here in the Discord, I will actually just show you over here. All right, so this is pretty much, this is just literally it. Okay, so I'm just continuously just, you know, keeping you guys updated over there. All right, so that's that. But those morning updates, yes. All right, this is something I was noticing here, and it's either going to start bouncing here, guys, or like worst case scenario, you come down here and you finish forming this falling wedge with another you know, another touch point right there. But yeah, you have the weekly over here, the weekly CCI and stochastic and RSI all in spots where you typically see these bounces. All right, I know you got the things. How do we? Does anybody know how to get rid of this? These minus, plus. This, I've never used this. I don't care about it, but it's here, all right? But either way, you have the RSI down there. That's typically where you bottom. Well, we're doing the same exact formation here. And guys, keep in mind, this is on the weekly time frame. So now you come over to the daily time frame. What I teach you guys about these divergences, about just different cross time frame analysis is literally just, hey, you identify a pattern or just, yeah, any pattern recognition on a bigger time frame, a larger time frame, and then you go down to the smaller time frames. All right, and that is exactly what we're seeing over here. And you can actually come over to the 4-hour time frame. And again, this is what I'm talking about. You have this going on. You have a double bottom going on here, which let's see if you took out that low. Okay, I know. What was it? Okay, let's see right here. All right, low was 108.20. Low over here was 107.888. So yeah, you have a bullish divergence going on in the daily time frame there. So that is a, you know, there's confluence right there. And then you come over here to the 4-hour time frame. Oh, what do you also have? Right at the like literally the exact mark right here. You went like pennies below it. All right, a bullish divergence on the 4-hour time frame. Let's see if we find anything on the 1 hour. I'm not saying we are, but boom, something on that 1 hour. You have a triple bullish divergence going on 15-minute. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Bullish divergence on the 15-minute. Boom, bop, bing, boop, pow. Exact bottom. That is exactly how you do it. What are we going to take it a step further? We're going to go over to the 3-minute time frame. Oh, let's see what we got. And all right, 3-minute. You can see it spent a little time down here, right? But if you really want to find one, that might be one right there. All right. All right, you know what? We're gonna cap it up. Yeah, we're gonna cap it at the 3-minute time frame right here. This is the one I can identify right here, and this was the first time you touched here. So yeah, you went sideways, but this was literally exactly when you hit this, and that's what I'm getting at with the freaking divergences here on the different time frames. This is, guys, this is exactly how you do things. There's no need to complicate things. This is that's like the purpose of the channel is to show you exactly how to do this. I want you guys to learn because at the end of the day, guys, this is a community. We all got to grow as a community. And yeah, I want you guys around in a year or two from now, in 5 years, whatever, like, you know, however far we push this thing. All right. And you know why you're going to be around? It's because you're going to keep making money. All right. And yeah, that's that. All right. Over here on Apple, let's actually check that out right now. So I moved my trend line back up here at Apple. So, but I guess I shouldn't have done that because this was the trend line that was respected today. Look at that. All right. I shifted it because of what I was pointing out over here on QQ. So QQQ, and by the way, sick nasty bearish harami inverted hammer candlestick, reversal candlestick right here. And you're making a lower high. So if you were to come down and take out this low, guys, you now validate this lower high. Boom, trend change. All right. So what are we looking for? We're looking for a lower low. It's probably going to be at 308, 304. All right. Or this, yeah, like 304. It's right over here at this demand zone down there. All right, which it was supply, you could see right there. All right, but it switched demand over there. There you go. All right, so if you do take out this low, then I am expecting you to come here, and you're probably going to come back up here. You're going to come, and this would be your ideal short entry for this. And I'm not saying, hey, guys, you guys can do whatever the freak you want with your money, all right? I am just letting you guys know this is like, that's what I do here on the channel. I show you where price is likely moving, all right? Probabilities. All right, and the probabilities, if you take out this low, is you're probably going to find support somewhere down here. You probably don't just tank down out of nowhere. All right, it's probably going to be a little topping process. It's going to go somewhere like that. Boom, you validate another low. All right, and then boom, when you take that out, that's when you now know, hey, boom, bada bing, boop, pow. Second rising wedge target is on the board. Well, it's on the board right now, but it's probably going to be incoming. 15 minutes. Okay, let's take this out right here. Let's clean up the charts. Clean up the charts. Oh, yeah. Oh, but yes, guys. So this is something I wanted to show you guys here. And this is what I was saying. All right. This is where sellers stepped in. All right. And it's like, guys, people say TA doesn't work. All right. I understand like the whole rug pull talk I've been saying. I'm really going to stop talking like that because I haven't been looking at myself as a perma bear. because I've literally been acknowledging the fact that like the probability is you're going up. I told you guys on QQQ, the probability was the dealers are probably going to take you in the middle here, or they're not going to give you a short entry. All right. But like you're either going to trap the longs, they're going to do something to trap longs. All right. Which that could have been this right here. That could have literally been this. You have a big fat candle right here. 2% after this like bearish news. You know, the Fed is coming out saying recession. Guys, the Fed doesn't talk about recession. That's not something they do. All right. So if they are saying recession, I'm just saying, and by the way, second half of 2023. So what happens during recessions? That's when market crashes on the table. All right. What happens with the yield curves? All right. I literally, guys, I brought this up the other freaking day in the weekly update. I told you it was only a matter of time until we get the recession and the, and by the way, what was the window I gave you? Does anybody remember? All right. In the case you don't remember, I'll tell you right now, 6 months. All right. 6 months. When does the Fed comes out like literally within days saying, well, not days, all right? They were literally, that was the discussion over here, right? So they were acknowledging the banking crisis was going to be likely causing the recession in the second half of 2023 over here on Feb 1st. And then when did we find out about the banking fiasco? I think it was over here. It was right here at the top, all right? So 6th or 7th right there, all right? So they definitely knew about things in advance. And this is why, like, hey, all right? The fact that the banks didn't come out here, like, acknowledging, like, bad things, all right? It shows me, guys, all right? First of all, if you want a sexy short, I'm not saying to do it right now, all right? But I'm saying bank stocks are, they're likely pumping these so they can dump them, all right? I'm just going to say right now, all right? Maybe, I didn't actually, I'm going to be straight up with you guys. I did not, yeah, I did not end up looking at any of the banking earnings. I don't really care, guys. I know what's going on. I watch the charts, and now you guys see why I watch the charts. Why is that, Henry? Why is that? This is exactly like, this is what I'm getting at. What the heck is going on here, right? You're literally back testing the rising wedge and coming into your supply up here, which was where the seller stepped in over here. All right, so like, guys, unless they start turning around this daily candle, like it's getting to be 11:24 a.m. Eastern Standard Time over here. So you got, I mean, you do have 4 hours left in the day, all right? We come over here to the hourly time frame, all right? And you also, guys, by the way, this is always stuff you got to keep in mind, guys. All right. When you like, do not ignore the charts. All right. Just don't do it. It's not worth it. All right. But yeah, you had the bearish divergence going on over here. I don't think you did have one on QQ that was formed over here. All right. And that's one that was just freshly put in. Then boom. What do you also have on SPX? Do you have a 4 hour? Yes, you do. All right. So that is something I also noticed this morning. All right. You have a 4 hour. Is that a triple bearish divergence? All right. We'll just call it you have a bearish divergence on the 4 hour. It is a triple. I'm going to say it right now. I'm pretty positive this is a triple bearish divergence on the 4 hour RSI over here in SPX. And that is the big boy. And that's why I'm saying, like, hey, guys, this isn't looking too pretty for, like, you know, like for bulls, anybody who is like buying into it. It was only a matter of time. And I'm not saying this is going to happen now. I actually think this is probably a dealer trick. I'm going to be completely honest on that one. I think they're probably going to take you down here. And I still think VIX is going to come down here. I think now that VIX is so, like, it's down here. And by the way, hourly time frame, you have, oh, you have bullish divergence. You have a triple bullish divergence on VIX. You have a bullish divergence over there. Let me actually... I'm sorry, I'm in a live stream, but I'm gonna tell the Discord about this one as well. All right, we're gonna come over here. We're gonna come over here. And come over here. Roll way up. There we go. All right. All right. There you go. Yeah, guys, you got them popping up. I'm just saying, like, it was in the cards. It was only a matter of time. And I still, again, I still do think this is a dealer trick. I think, like, now that you're under this zone here, I think it makes sense for VIX to come down and hit these supports, all right? That's personally just my belief. It doesn't have to happen, all right? But I'm seeing the reverse of what we're seeing over here on VIX. So you're seeing VIX get bought up, and you're like, oh, this is exactly what I was saying, like, literally 10 minutes ago. Look at that. Maybe it was 20 minutes ago. I don't know. All right. But right here, you're literally getting this rejection in your zone. This is the exact thing I was saying you don't want to be seeing. You want to see you reclaim this, and then you have a chance of coming back and taking that high. All right. But like, it's not good. All right. That ain't good. That is not good. All right. I'm just saying, look at that. You can see it even clear on the 15-minute time from over here. All right. But yeah, guys, you literally have the hourly CCI over here and RSI. All right. Like doing the complete opposite of what VIX is doing. On top of that, you have DXY over here doing this. Look at Riot. Look at that bad boy finally starting to die. Look at that. Beautiful. And again, like this, guys, this literally could be another trick. They could rally on up into next week, right? That fear and greed index is it's only at 68. All right, it can keep going. Let's actually do this. Let's do this. Boom, bop, bing, boop, pow. Make it all pretty for you guys. There we go. All right. But let's look at Apple. All right. Apple has the same thing going on in QQ and SPY. You have the bearish Harami with the inverted hammer forming. And this is, guys, this is literally the biggest component of, the largest component of SPY and QQ. So yeah, this is like something that you don't want to be ignoring. This is going to move markets. Apple is a, it's still, yeah, it's 2.6 trillion. I think it got above 3 for like just slightly there for a while. Or for a little while, but like that's what I'm saying. It's going to be a moving market. You come across the board here, and you should have bearish formations. Okay, like we did have the rising wedge here. All right, you're not breaking down from it yet. Yeah, you were holding the line there. Let's look on the 4-hour time frame. Yeah, that's what I was looking at it at. Okay, so like, look, this is what I was saying when we were over here on the Webull update. I said that like PPI could give you the bounce. That's what I think. That's what I identify as the probable scenario. Just because you had this going on right here, you had Apple doing the same thing over here, all right, and it was in the bullish falling wedge here / bull flag, whatever you want to look at that as. And then NQ was, you know, doing that, even though it was breaking, like even though it was breaking down, you did have that. And then over on the hourly time frame, I think we had a, no, we didn't have bullish divergence there. It was only on the 4-hour, right? But that's what I'm getting at, guys. This stuff was it's going to happen. Actually, DIA here, all right, this did end up breaking out. I do still think this is just going to be a bull trap, all right? But I want to just point out that this thing did respect the crap out of this, these parallel trend lines we got going on here, right? It just respected the living crap out of it. So, I don't know. Maybe it is going to be a meaningful breakout, and maybe you're just coming for a back test, and then you go off the races, and then QQQ ends up coming into the zone, and then you get yourself. I don't know. No idea. And again, guys, I'm not going to say rug pull. I said sell off. All right. And that's when I say rug pull, when I've said it in the past, I'm just letting you know. I literally just mean sell off. All right. It's the same thing. Like you're running up the buying. All right. It's the same thing. So I'm sorry if that did come off perma bearish. I'm not perma bear. Okay. I promise. All right. I'm here. One goal here. All right. But let's look at the hourly time frame here. Right. I identified where you got candlesticks looking like this in the recent past. All right. And yeah, they all led to, yeah, you're going a percent lower here. So that would be bringing you, yeah, just about that zone there. All right, which would be the bottom of the range. You don't want to break out of the range and break back into the range. That's just ugly, right? And then if you break down, then like you already broke down once over here. So if you break down over here, then I have to assume like, hey, you broke back into your falling wedge here. You broke back into your range. Now you're underneath the range for the second time. I think that's when I'm going to say like, hey, you're probably going to start your decline. All right, but that's okay. Okay, that is fine. All right, what else? Over here on VIX, all right, daily time frame. You do have a bullish divergence going on your CCI. Oh, did you burn through the divergence? I don't know. Let's see. So 98, 90, 98.24. Okay, yeah, you burned through it. It's whatever, okay? But it's still the same, okay? You still do have that hourly bullish divergence. And then actually, you also have a holy sweet baby Jesus, guys. There you go. All right, we should look at J&J. We should look at J&J. Yeah, guys, if you have tickers, just know in these live streams, this is your place to ask me about those tickers. If you guys are in the Discord or Patreon, well, it's both, all right? You join the Patreon. There's I give the morning updates there, and then everything else is over on the Discord where I provide everything. And yeah. But yeah, you can submit ticket requests at any point over there. And while I'm live here on YouTube, you guys can always request tickers, and I will gladly take a look at them. All right, because yeah. All right, J&J, that looks beautiful for a short. All right, let's actually put that on the board right there. All right, the high is 158.97. All right, so if I was shorting this, that would be where I'm targeting 158.97 right there. All right. Oh, I should have put tags, guys. See, here's the thing about the streams. I just don't think people are going to be discovering the streams. All right. But maybe they will. All right. Maybe this blows up the channel. I have no idea. Absolutely no idea. All right. But yeah, that is personally what I would be targeting. We could look over here on the weekly time frame. All right. It is starting to hinge down over there. It doesn't have the most room to fall like a bunch of these tech stocks do, like I was pointing out. All right. You got NVIDIA over here. By the way, NVIDIA is actually something that was showing weakness. All right. And you did end up breaking down. Look at this, guys. So this is what I was talking about. Okay. Like you just have these, you had these bear structures, all right? Well, guess what? Now you had time, and now you're actually breaking out of these bear structures, like over on structures over on Microsoft. Like, you're not breaking out yet, but now you actually have the room to break out, and it could be a meaningful breakout. And maybe you're back here, and then instead of like having like, you know, a bullish divergence or in oversold territory over here on your 4-hour CCI, when you're right here at the bottom of it, just like slightly breaking out. Well, now you're down here, and now you have room to go back up, and boom, it's a back test. That's your ideal short entry. Boom. And there you go. Now you're looking for targets. Okay. So there would be that. All right. But you come over here to NVIDIA, and this is actually something I also saw in SMH. And let's see if you broke down from it. Yes, you did start breaking down. I think I drew this on the hourly time frame. No, I guess I drew it on the 4-hour, but you know, we'll be over here on the hourly. So you're still holding it. You had to break down, but yeah, guys, it's the same thing. You had your oscillators reset here. So now you have time you can go and break it. All right. Well, you know, it didn't go up too much there. All right, but let's come back over to the J&J. I know I didn't really look at that too much. I'm just saying, bearish. That does not look good. All right, when you're getting this selling, like it's the same thing I was just saying over there at the beginning of this with the bullish divergences. You need to pair the impulsive selling or buying with these divergences, or guess what? You're just buying in the dark. At least that's how I see it. All right. Well, not all, like, hey guys, if you're identifying conditions that are there, hey, take your shot. Okay, pull your trigger. There you go. If you're getting your signal. But I'm going to stand by that. Yeah, these bullish divergences, they lead to someone taking the foot off of the lion's neck, and the lion lunges, which should in turn bring the impulsiveness. Okay, so let's see on J&J. Did we have anything going on over here that could have been telling? We did. Okay, we did have the bearish divergence going on here on the hourly CCI right here. All right, so that was going on. You also had a bearish divergence over on the 1-hour over there. And then boom, you have the same exact thing going on the 4-hour right there. So that's just personally, if I was watching that is what I would have been watching for. And here would have been your target. Okay, so that would have been that. All right, and you can see that on the daily time frame. That is your gap fill. All right, all in all, guys, I do think stocks end up coming way down. Okay, we're calling for a big sell. All right, and again, I don't want to sound like that perma bear. I really don't. All right, but you don't get all of these things popping up across the board unless you have that big sell loading. All right, in my personal opinion, all right, everything I mentioned here on the channel, all opinion, all speculation. All right, I'm gonna say it's rather nice speculation, but rather accurate speculation, but it's still speculation nevertheless. So there's that. All right, over here on Bitcoin. So this is something I also mentioned in the morning update this morning. Over here, guys, like a lot of people are going to be getting super bullish. I've been seeing so many, and like I even got a friend who's super bullish, I think. But like you got people getting super bullish when in reality, this is still the same thing I was saying over here with SPY and ES. I was showing you guys. You're in this zone. All right, this is where people got trapped over here, probably thinking it was the bottom. All right, and then like, you know, they bought in, and then let's just see, like once you broke out, all right, you fell 40%, and then at the low you fell 47%. So you have a lot of freaking room to fall here is what I'm getting at. And a lot of people are going to think, oh, break out. Oh, you broke out past this high? Yeah. Guess what? That's what. You have a triple bearish divergence still on the CCI. And, whoa, I'm just going to remind you guys what I showed you. I've been showing this like every video, all right, guys? It's only a matter of time until this happens. Someone said I've been a perma bear, all right? I'm just saying, all right? I appreciate you telling me that, but I'm going to be completely honest, dude. I've been calling the shots for quite some time, and I take full recognition for that. All right, I've been hitting that was easy button quite a lot over the past, since I launched that Patreon, guys, all right? I've had a job to do, and that is to trade in the zone. It's like even if that wasn't there, it's I'm a chartist, guys. I am a chartist at heart. All right, and I've put everything over the past like year into literally learning how to chart as accurate as possible. And like in reality, if I get anything wrong, it is public scrutiny, and I feel bad about that. All right, so like, what do you do in those situations? You try and do everything you can to make sure that doesn't happen. So now we're at this point, and like, yeah, so like maybe I get some things wrong, but like it's going to be constant improvement. And it really does come down to like, hey, can you trade in the zone? It doesn't matter about the charting abilities. All right, can you trade in the zone? All right, but over here, I'm just saying right here, don't buy into the psychological BS trap that's going on here. All right, my personal opinion, all right, I don't want to piss off any permables out there. All right, but yeah, triple bearish divergence over there. You literally have not had this set up since you're at the all-time high. All right, you have your RSI as of today, I think, hitting 70. Okay, maybe it turned down a little. I think it was hitting it earlier. I saw it. But either way, you do have it right at 69, and that's like literally higher than it came over here. You didn't even reach 69 over there. And all the RSI is showing you guys is like how much buying pressure is there. Okay, so yeah, you went over here, but like I've been pointing out, because we're not in a freaking new bull market. It makes absolutely no sense that that's going to be the case. All right, what's been going on is dealers games. That's what's happening. Okay, and you can clearly see that demonstrated here by QQQ. All right, you went up. All right, everyone had their eye on this 322.08 gap fill, including myself. All right, including myself. But that's why I do what I do. All right, because like I know there are going to be the psychological games. Okay, and there's that. And look, that is what's going on. And like I said, this doesn't have to be us turning down now. I don't want anybody to take me like it's again. I do, guys. I try as hard as possible not to come off as a perma bear. If I don't just call the shots, I get roasted for it. So I'm going to say right now, here's your confirmation, then you break it down. You break past that low, then yeah, you confirm this lower high, and then you're likely going back to these, all right? So if you're a day trader, if you're want to play these shorter dated options, which I'm probably going to be doing that as well. You can look forward to that in the Discord members. You're probably in here if you guys are over in the Discord. All right. But over here, all right, you take that. That is likely where you go in a hurry, all right? Price action is king at the end of the day, all right? We got all these fancy indicators that help us out, all right? You got to learn how to use them, obviously. They don't just, like, help you right off the bat, all right? Data overload is a thing. If you don't know what you're doing and what you're looking at, there you go, all right? Or information overload, or I guess same exact thing. Who cares? Who cares, all right? Who cares? All right, but yeah, guys, all right, you take that out. There you go. And SPY, like, literally came up and put in a divergence. So on one thing, on the big boy over here in SPX, you have the same thing, all right? But on one of these, you came directly up to your trend line here. You got rejected. You got rejected. There's no ifs, ands, or buts, all right? You got rejected. That is what's happening right now. It's, like, spot on with that trend line, all right? With the divergence. And then you got the other big index, which I understand this is a ETF that tracks the index, but you know, that's what we look at here on the channel. All right. The other one is making a lower high. So if you get that validation, all right, of the lower high here on QQ, then yeah, I got SPY's coming back to fill these gaps. So this is something I think it was either yesterday's yesterday's Weeble update, the one, I think it was the one before that. I circled these, okay? Circle these gaps over here. I can't do it here. I can't circle that. All right. But that's what I think, like, we're going to be coming there in a hurry. Okay. You don't leave these gaps open often. Okay. The last time I could really point to where you just did this was back here. It was 1, 2, and over here on QQ, I think you had 3, and that's what I'm. Okay. You did have a gap, but no, you filled it. All right. But over here on SPY, yeah, you had 2 gaps right there, and then boom, you know, all right. And I understand you didn't fill those, all right, but you also have that right here. Okay, so right here, and like, yeah, it's only a matter of time until you've come back down and fill these things after consolidation. All right, things don't just guys, things don't just do this, all right, because if they did this, if they just came into reaction spots and did that, and then boom, another reaction spot, people could just ping pong it all day. All right, in reality, they play the psychological tricks, and it's going to be something like this. Maybe you go here. Boom. Boom. All right. You gotta, you know, form your trend here. All right. But that's what I'm saying. All right. It's not just going to go straight up and down. All right. It's going to come with psychological tricks. And that is exactly what we're getting at right now. All right. So the next spot to watch on SPY over here is going to be the low from the other day, which is at, what is that? 407.99. So let's actually put that on the chart. All right. So 407.99. The 99ers. I'm a 99er. That I am. That's all I am. Guys, do you want to see more pictures? Should I post like pics of dogs on Twitter more? I don't know. All right. I felt like sharing last night. I was like, dude, Josie looks too cute not to share with Twitter. All right. So I ended up sharing with Twitter. All right. But I think that's pretty much all I really have to show you guys. All right. Just know that Apple is the big boy. Apple is confirmed. Like, it's the same exact thing that's going on with QQ and SPY. All right, so I'm just saying, if you close out the day like this, it's not looking pretty. Let's refer back to the August high. All right, let's see if we had a similar setup where, like, there were traps over here. Except, well, you had this bearish Rami candlestick formation happen, and then you still went lower the next day, and that's kind of what we're getting right now. We have this bearish Rami with the inverted hammer forming, and then you should go lower the next day, and maybe they pop you up. All right, so, like, that's what I'm saying. Maybe this is not the top. I don't want to come off as perma bear, but this is the exact spot that I've been calling for. okay? Because, again, you have where the seller stepped in last time. You have this trend line, which, guess what, guys? It's the back test, second back test of the rising wedge. You never hit it on SPX. You just didn't, okay? You did not hit it there. You did not hit it there, all right? You kind of had a back test there with a partial rise back into it, whatever. All right, but over here on SPY, picture perfect. And guys, this is not why I trade SPY. It's trade SPY because it's a lot cheaper than SPX, right? Eventually, I'll probably trade SPX. Well, actually, I'll be in the futures market, all right? But yeah, over here, like, it's picture perfect, guys, all right? Technicals, like, anybody who says technicals don't work, they're just not paying attention, or they're biased, so they're only seeing when I say one thing, all right? And that's actually what I realized today, all right? That's something everybody has to freaking know. Okay, everyone needs to know. And this is something I'm paraphrasing here. All right, but in Trading in the Zone, I listened to that audiobook. The traders who are biased just literally, they don't identify the whatever it's called. They don't identify, they like only identify what's going in their way, the candlesticks that are making them money. All right, when reality, all right, you have this, okay, and let's say you're on the call side. Okay, you're on the call side. You start seeing this. When I first started seeing this is immediately, this is when I started like, hey, you snap out of it. No bias here, all right? This is information going on, all right? And then, okay, not SPY. I was actually looking at QQ this whole morning, all right? Well, I'm looking at everything, but mainly QQ. That's my focus. I like trading QQ better anyway. It's more volatile, all right? Plus, I do enjoy the technicals over here in QQ. They give, good stuff over here in QQ. Good stuff, all right? But yeah, literally, this is information, guys, and that's what I was pointing out over here with this very, like, bearish-looking candlestick that popped up with SPY and QQ. Every other time that happened, all right, you went lower after that formed, all right? Even if it was just slightly, all right, and then you ticked back up like that the next day, you still went lower, okay? You, see, you went down here, all right? It's still, like, there's that. And over here, boom, you tick back up here. Let's look at that. But where you started, all right, anybody who is, let's say you got long here, you're up here, and you're like, oh, I had so much profit up there, and now you're just waiting to come back up here. Well, that's the psychological trap I'm telling you guys. It never comes back. And then, boom, it brings you down here, and now you're down. Now, I know this is 4 o'clock in the morning, so let's see when it was open. Open was right over here. All right, so now you're over here. Now you're down, like, you're big down from where you were to over there, okay, because you went through theta. Let's say you had a week on your contract, you went through theta, there's that. All right, well, guess what? Psychological trap, you sell it open, and then boom, they bring you right back up to where you were, to where you would have been in profit again. All right. So, and boom, you would have went off the races and really went in profit there if you had just, if the psychological trap wasn't here. And that's why I say, like, hey guys, they're always going to be there. Always. All right. So don't get it twisted. Don't think you can avoid them. It's going to happen. Your own psychology is your own worst nightmare. All right. Now I think I'm going to shut this stream off with that. I'm going to close it out with that. Oh, baby. Oh. Yo. Guys, I'm calling out a short, okay? I'm calling out, guys, holy Jesus. This is the exact spot I was saying. This is the guys, not screw anybody who doesn't say technical analysis doesn't work. But guys, proof is in the pudding. Proof is in my pudding. And guess what? It's chocolate pudding. All right. But right here, guys, this is the exact spot I was saying, like, hey, all right, like, if you get a back test here, this is when you know, like, things are about to flip. I wish I was paying attention to this. Here we go, guys. Things are likely. I'm not saying they're going to flip, okay? I'm not saying we don't come up here and we get that dealer's trick. But as of right now, I think this is a successful bull trap. And then guess what? It also didn't give the bears the entry. Okay, so I think this is a successful dealer's trick, and that's what I was trying to say. I don't know how it's going to exactly go down, but it's gonna enable the bulls not to get out, and it's going to enable the bears not to get in. All right, so that's what I was getting at, and this is exactly, you're seeing it. This is the proof is in my pudding. It's in the chocolate freaking pudding, baby. There we go. All right, but dude, guys, that's so sexy. All right, look at that big fat rejection. Let's see what's going on in the weekly time frame. You tick back up here. All right, now you got a little more room to fall. You came all the way down here. And guess what, guys? All right, this is off of banking earnings. And like I said, all right, guys, if the Fed is coming out saying something and the bank doesn't come out saying something that's going to shock the market, all right, then you know they're just not saying everything, okay? Or they're completely lying, all right? It's one or the other. And guess why that is? Because the Fed never says these things, all right? And guess what? The Fed is not the bank. All right. Like, I understand that, they probably, all banks probably, like, I'm not saying they report to the Fed, but the Fed probably has like all of them, they probably have a very solid understanding of what's going on in the banking sector, okay? But I'm saying right now, the banking sector, the people at the top, especially JPM, all right, the people who reported this morning, which were BLK, JPM, which is up crazy. That's what I was saying. This, like this, hey guys, all right, this like doesn't make sense with what's going on, okay? Other than like maybe they had again, I didn't look at these earnings calls, but maybe they had the flood of deposits in there, but we know lending is stalling, okay? So like that's not good, all right? And like, again, you know, you got these, you know, the banking crisis going on. It's also not good, all right? So something is gonna likely come out of nowhere. And again, it was likely going to happen as you tick down up here. Let's hit it with the renew, the refresh. Still 68. There we go. Let's bring it back over here to a sexy looking screen. All right. Yeah. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna end this video out at that. You have the fat double bottom. We're gonna put a price target. If you break up over here, all right, this is gonna be. We're gonna put this on the board. High is 105.883. Okay, so that's your next 105.883. So you break out of this falling wedge here, which I'm not saying this is going to happen immediately. It's probably not going to. You're probably going to come here and get some rejection, then go off. But or you break out, get retest, so it's going to go like this. Okay, maybe it goes like that. Okay, or you're probably going to get something like that. You come back up, hit a trend line, boom. You're right here. Maybe you go like that. I don't know. Okay, or guys, dollar goes ballistic. Okay, it can just it could do things like that. I'm not saying it can't. Okay, you have a very big consolidation pattern here going on. So, you know, that is that. And yeah. Oh, look at that. You have the bullish divergence over there on the daily. All right, so that's what I was looking at. I don't know what I was looking at over here on the I don't know what I was seeing before. I don't know. Okay. You're right. Actually, you have a bullish divergence on the RSI as well. So that is also a thing. All right. All right, guys. That is pretty much it. I will catch you guys in the next one, and that'll be the weekly update. That'll be out tomorrow, and yeah, I probably won't do a live. I like this live stream stuff, guys. It's a lot less work for you, boy. All I have to do now is make a thumbnail, and here's the live stream. It's good. All right, we're good to go. Anybody who wants the info, you got the info, and guess what? If you really want to request stickers and ask stuff on the spot and like talk on the spot, like hey. There you go. You could like literally do it all. Live streams got it all, guys. Live streams got it all. All right. Keep in mind, XLF doing that. That's something big, guys. That is something big. All right, guys. With that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Everybody have a lovely day. And if you got dogs, guys, go give those dogs a really good day or a good weekend if you're at work. All right.